Hello everyone, welcome back to ThoseYGOguys. I'm your host Alessandro. And yeah, we got some very interesting news from the Dimension of Chaos set. And yes, I know it's been like a couple weeks old, but hey, there's a reason why you guys have turned and click onto this video, right? You want to hear my thoughts and opinions? So there you have it. So really interesting OCG Exclusives support, which are towards archetypes there have been pretty big during the April 2014 as well as the first half of the July 2014 format before Duels Alliance. Yeah, I mean, it's a blast from the past. Actually, I'll be honest, it's probably one of the formats, it was during the time I actually enjoyed those kind of formats in a while. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, it's pretty cool to see certain decks gain these kind of support. So, just by looking at this lovely picture, you probably already know this is a new Traptrix Xyz monster. Let's go down and see. This is Traptrix Rafflesia. I think I said it right. Is an Earth attribute plant type Xyz monster with 300 attack, 2500 defense, and is a generic Xyz monster which requires 2 level 4 monsters. It has a few effects. First one, this card with Xyz material is unaffected by the effects of trap cards. The second effect, Traptrix monsters you control except itself, Traptrix Rafflesia, cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effect and cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects. So unfortunately, even if you do bring out a second Traptrix Rafflesia, I mean, you don't have this lock thing. I mean, it still get affected by other card effects and destroyed by battle or so. But then we will go on to the probably the most impactful effect of the card, the third effect. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can detach one Xyz material from this card and send a whole normal trap card whose activation requirements are met from your deck to the graveyard. This effect becomes the effect of that card when activated. So this one is really cool and very interesting. Say for example your opponent drops a big monster. Say for like they drop Judgment Dragon. You can activate Traptrix Rafflesia effect by detaching Xyz material, and you send the one-off bombless trap hole from your deck to the graveyard to bombless the Judgment Dragon, which is pretty impactful. And of course, just because you send the Traptrix, the trap hole, sorry, not Traptrix trap hole, the trap hole trap card that you send by this effect, you can still retrieve it by means of like, I think it's Traptrix Dianea. No, not Dianea. Gosh. Yeah, Dianea. That's right. For some reason, I'm thinking about Marmilla for whatever the reason, but yeah. So, yeah. So this is a very interesting card. Definitely a very impactful card. If you want to build like, I don't know, H.A.T variant decks or artifact Traptrix or whatever engine you like, definitely this card is definitely something to look into. Very good card. Very extremely good card. Up next we have the new Sylvan support, which is pretty surprising. It's called Sylvan Princess Sprite. It's a rank 1 light attribute plant type Xyz monster with 1800 attack, 100 defense. That's a pretty strong rank 1 monster for those stats. And it's generic, requires 2 level 1 monsters. It has 2 separate effects. You can only use each effect of Sylvan Princess Sprite once per turn. You can detach one Xyz material from this card, excavate the top card of your deck, And if that card is a spell or trap card, you can add it to your hand, and if it is not, send that card to the graveyard. The second effect, you can send one plant type monster from your hand or face up on your side of the field to the graveyard, except this card, then target one Sylvan monster in your graveyard, special summon that monster. So, this is a very impressive card that will definitely strengthen Sylvan deck quite a bit, outside of bringing up the number of copies of Soul Charge. But this is a good way to help support the deck. The first effect, you get to excavate. If it's a spell or trap, it goes straight to your hand. And if it's a monster, most likely like Sylvan monsters, it's fine. You still activate the Sylvan monster's effect when they're being excavated anyway. So really, there's no real downfall into it unless you excavate a monster that's not a Sylvan monster. But that's pretty cool. Also, the fact that you can send one plant type monster from your hand or face out on your side of the field to resurrect one Sylvan monster from your graveyard. Basically, your most likely target is going to be either Hermitry or sometimes Sage Koya, depending on how you want to set up your gameplay and boards. This is a pretty good card. So, and funny enough, it's generic. So there are some level 1 monsters Sylvans run, like Rose Lover, Churn Sprout, Princess Sprout, Peacekeeper, Spore, Global. I mean, very impressive, I'll say. Definitely, I'm looking forward to seeing this card for sure. Scrolling down. Okay, now we have a new artifact support called Artifact Vajra. Vajra, I think? I don't know. It is a level 5 light attribute fairy type effect monster with 1800 attack, 1900 defense, and it has 4 different effects. You can set this card from your hand to your spell trap card zone as a spell card. Second one, during your opponent's turn, when this set card in the spell or trap card zone is destroyed, sent to the graveyard, you can special summon it to your side of the field. The third one, when this card is special summoned during your opponent's turn, destroy all cards in your spell or trap card zone. And of course, the fourth and final effect, when your opponent declares a direct attack, you can special summon this card from your hand. This is a very interesting artifact support. The fact that you can activate and special summon Artifact Vajra from your hand immediately just in response of a direct attack is pretty impressive, and that's one thing I do like about the recent artifacts. Starting from Duelist Alliance, from then on, you can activate stuff from the hand, which allows more disruption and so forth, and more options for you to make certain plays. The third effect is kind of like the, how should I say, it's like the mass destruction version of Beagle Tech, which Beagle Tech can only target 1 or 2 of your spell track card zones, which mainly your artifacts, so that way you can special summon them during your opponent's turn. This one is kind of like you just blow away all your back row cards. This is very useful when you're playing a pure artifact deck, so definitely yes. But for like H.A.T variant or artifact Traptrix and so forth, that's probably not a good idea, because you're also playing some relevant trap cards or back rows, such as like real traps, the trap hole cards, other stuff like that, and the list continues on. Definitely is a good support for pure artifacts, but I'm not 100% sure for the when you combine with other engines with artifacts. Also, another problem is that artifact moral talk is still limited. So that's kind of like artifact's real power play. And until artifact moral talk goes up in numbers, we're probably not going to see much of artifacts doing much, sadly, but surely. But then we scroll down a little bit further for this card, which is on the left hand side. This is called Bujin Hiroko. It is a Beast Warrior level 4 light attribute pendulum normal monster. But it's with 1000 attack, 2000 defense, pendulum scale 3. Its pendulum effect, and probably the only thing that's relevant, is banish this card from your pendulum zone. Then target one Bujin Xyz monster you control. Special summon from your extra deck one Bujin Xyz monster with a different name than the selected Bujin Xyz monster, using it as an Xyz material. This special summon monster is treated as an Xyz summon. Xyz materials attached to that target become Xyz materials to the summon on the summon monster. Sorry. Okay, that's pretty cool. I mean, that allows you to gain access, easier access to what was it, Bujinte Amaterasu. Something that you don't really often make easily with Bujins, especially when you do like Bujin Carnation and all that. I mean, you can easily do like the Bujinte Xyz monster that requires 2 monsters to make it into it, but for Amaterasu, for making like 3 level 4s to make it, is not something that you see a lot. So basically, the whole premise is like you banish Hiroko, you overlay, say, Susanoo and bring out the Bujinte Amaterasu. You activate Amaterasu's effect to retrieve back the Hiroko from your ban zone back to your hand. You do, oops, sorry. I don't know why my computer acting like this. But then you activate Bujin Hiroko as a pendulum scale again, banish it again, do overlay over for like Bujinte Susanoo, detach Susanoo, add another Hiroko from your deck to your hand, activating the pendulum effect, banish, overlay over the Susanoo for Amaterasu, rinse and repeat. So, I mean, that's a pretty interesting play, I will admit. It's pretty unique and all. My only first concern was like, I hope Konami is not being a bit pendulum happy with archetypes that really don't really need pendulum based effects or pendulum mechanics, but you know, this one has some use. So yeah, it's very interesting, and we'll see how things will turn out for Bujins as well in the future. Let's see, and yeah, I think that's all the world premiere cards I want to talk about. So very interesting. What do you guys think about those 4 world premiere? Not world premiere. OCG exclusive cards. What are you guys' thoughts and opinions? Yeah, I'm very looking forward to see this coming World Superstar set. Probably coming out next year or so. So this will be very interesting for sure. And also, if you have not heard, this is the last OCG exclusive we'll be getting for a while, until sometime next year or so, when they decide to start back up with more OCG exclusives. So that's kind of unfortunate, because, you know, I really do like some of the OCG exclusives, even though it kind of annoys me that we have to wait a while to get them. But, you know, seeing new support for older archetypes is really fun and very exciting, just to get you all preparing for those new kind of cards. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Leave a comment down below what you guys think about this. And yeah, I'm your host Alessandro, and I'll catch you guys later. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.